ask this question just straight out. This is the 20th anniversary, and how long have you been living in Co-op City?
I've been here 7 years.
7 years. How have you found it since you've been here?
Well, that's a little odd because my parents have lived here 18.
Okay.
Now, when I went to college, they moved up to Co-op, so I really didn't come to Co-op as a child.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so I came back 7 years ago, and I've always found this community to be great, and that's one of the reasons I serve on the board.
Great.
You know, with my good friend Al Shapiro, the president, who is another.
How you doing?
How you doing?
We're just asking that general questions. People who've been living in the community, working in the community, how have they found the duration of time that they've been living here? Up, down, whatever, and there's need for improvement. That's the question.
Well,
Yeah, there's definitely
always
need for improvement.
See, I get it wrong.
As far as most of your questions, as far as the folks are concerned, the folks here are just great.
Beautiful, good to hear
But
that.
this community, in a lot of ways, never had a chance because the state reneged on all its promises from the beginning. Construction defects, which you can see beyond the festive tents. You can see the mounds of dirt there. That's due to the state's benign neglect on our reconstruction program. We feel that if they would help us instead of hindering us, we could make this a great place to live for a lot of people. As it is, our shareholders are starting to get worried about, will this place be here in 5 years? They're starting to think in terms of, well, the community may be, going downhill. We say no. That's what this is all about.
Good. Well, let me ask one question.
In actuality, besides that, I feel that with the changing economy and the socioeconomic status of New York City, America in general.
Bronx is coming back.
I think the Bronx is coming back, and I think what we need is a state off our back.
Yeah.
Okay? And if we can get out of this agreement that's amicable to everyone in this community present, that's what I'm in favor of. And these are the things that I deal with, as opposed to the political rhetoric, all right? I'm all for throw out the agreement, throw out the state.
So in other words, we're going to get rid of all the fat and deal with the lean, and let's get on with the business.
Exactly.
Okay.
You said it. That's my position.
Let me ask this final question, both of you gentlemen. With the stimulation that I see that's earmarking themselves for the board, do you feel that you have a strong, viable force now where you can deal with the politicians at a time of new election coming up?
Yes.
That you can make your inroads and make some profound changes?
Well, let me say that there are, in this new board, I think a lot of people that are apolitical.
Yeah.
I, for one, have been apolitical since I started. I am not into politics per se, except for where politicians are needed for this community.
Right. And I'm a Republican.
Okay?
Got it.
The president and my good best friend Al
That's true.
is a Republican.
That's not a line of stuff. We are buddies.
That's not the hype that you see on some of the other board directors, okay? He is a Republican. I'm a registered Democrat, but I'm not a party member. I'm not a fraternity member. I'm all about the basic dollar economics and getting our money's worth. Okay? I'm not about to let this turn into the world's largest ghetto. I'm not about to let this be a Rochdale. And I'm about to put my time into it.
I'm about to walk away from this conversation.
Okay, come here.
Well, let me refine this by saying this here. You gentlemen are looked at right now by a lot of the community, and I only think I can just put a little suggestion here that we're going to need some positive advertising in this community to get this point over. If you're going to be the leadership showing how things can change around. A lot of people are watching you in the Bronx as a whole, and I think you have to teach the politicians a lesson. All right, if the fire is going to be played with, you're going to have to deal with it up front, and a lot of these here, what do you call, taking it home to roost is going to have to be brought out in public.
Oh, yeah, we need our politicians.
We realize that.
They have their particular goals and what we need from them to help us legislate, etc. Okay? I don't want to say that I'm enemy of politicians, okay? But the thing here is we have to utilize them for what they're elected for.
Beautiful.
To serve the people, not to serve themselves. Not that I'm saying that they do that per se or any individual. What we look for is what an elected official is for. To get the most for our community where we need it in legislation. We'll do the rest.
So you gentlemen are going to be our watchdogs, as expression. Excuse the expression, but
That's perfectly
seriously
apt.
seriously putting you. We're going to watch your tracks.
Watch us.
Well, we wish you luck, and
Watch
we're
us.
going to be smiling.
Well, I'll
Because
tell you
under the
something.
leadership of this man, we're going to move a lot of bricks.
Well, we want to say
I hope so.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, you know, I live in building 19.
You hear that? That was like poetry. Oh, you're the video man.
Yeah, also
What do you
it's
want
on
me to
camera.
say?
I'm going to ask you some questions.
Oh, you're going to
in the
ask me
interview,
some
yes.
questions.
Harry, can you tell us a little bit about what you do in the community so that we can all be able to see?
I can't put it on tape.
Just give
No,
us a generality
seriously.
of what you're all about. We're happy
Seriously.
to say that.
I'm not,
bottle, Harry?
you got
Have
to
you been near the
prepare me
wine
for this.
bottle?
No, I am not prepared for this. I'll talk
Okay.
to you guys later.
Very
Because
good.
right now, I would tell you something that you would never be able to print.
Okay. Mr. Capone, we just want to say that how many years have you been living here, man?
I've been living here close to 10 years now.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
I would ask this question if it sounds kind of, way off course, but how have you found living in Co-op City?
I found it to be a wonderful experience. And that's one of the reasons why I got involved. Because I thought that the community definitely had a lot of potential. I felt that we could have realized a lot more than what we've had the opportunity to realize. And the only way you're going to do that is not by sitting home and moaning and groaning and complaining, but get involved and do what you have to do.
Good move.
Try to make some changes.
So this is something we've been coming in contact with a few people, and we've been using that same platform by saying, if you're dissatisfied, get involved.
Absolutely. That's sort of the same premise as when you try to tell people in general about the electric process in terms of trying to make change.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to make change is by taking an active participation in it. It doesn't always have to be as involved as I may be in a community,
Right.
but even if it just means by going out and using the power of the vote to try to change the leadership. If there is no leadership, and many times that's exactly what we suffer from,
Right.
not having leadership.
Well, we must say that from the nerve center that we've been in contact with, it seems to be that you are spearheading right to the nerve center of the political electric by saying that these are the different platforms you're looking to attack and stay with, and you got a lot of support out there. People are
I
saying
appreciate that. You saying that I got a good approval rating out there?
Well, the rating is higher than I dare to say at this point. So don't take it for what it is. Take it for what it's going to be,
Okay.
and work with it.
So you're telling me that I got 9 out of 10 then, right?
I won't give you a ratio, my friend. It's pretty high.
Okay, I
All got to
appreciate
say
that.
People are automatically giving us great reviews about you.
That's great.
And
I
all we can
appreciate
say
that.
that without being anywhere in the number area, keep up the good work and work hard, and it's going to work
If he
out.
works
the way
any
we talk
harder, he's
about
going to
it.
kill all
Thank
of
you.
us.
Well, no. He's too young to think
I
like
said,
that.
if he works any harder, he's going to kill all the rest of us.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Take care.
1 year shy of 20th year anniversary here,
Very good.
and I think it's probably one of the best 19 years I've ever spent in my life. I've encouraged my brothers, sisters, relatives to move here in the last 10 years or so, and I think they've also had a good time here. I think it's time that we all start looking and looking at our priorities and setting our priorities rather in a different direction now, because I think we need to move on and move on for another 20 years of, I say, happiness, because I think things are changing. But however, as things change rather, we just have to cope with them and readjust to make it happen. And I think with the participation of cooperatives, all colors, ethnic background, I think we can make this another 20 years of bliss. I appreciate it very much. Tony Ellis,
Thank you very much.
First Vice President, River Board Directors. Thank you.
Very much, Mr. Ellis. This evening, man. How many years have you been living in Co-op City?
I've been living in Co-op City for 12 years, and I have a wife who is a member of the River Bay Board of Directors, Shirley Saunders. I have 3 kids, Keith, Christopher, and Kelly. 2 are in high school, and the baby Kelly is 2 years old. And for the last 4 years, I've been the president of the African American Association of Co-op City.
How have you found the community so far as in the African American community, so far as taking part in the political arena, what's going on in this community?
Unfortunately, the black community has not been as responsive as they have been. At one point, Co-op City, which is basically a democratic community, has voted almost 82% or at one point had voted at 82% Democratic. And now you'll find that the numbers are getting smaller. My statement is justified by the point that when Hansel McGee ran for surrogate judgeship in the Bronx, he polled only 1,400 votes here in Co-op City. And if you consider the fact that when that happened, that there are approximately 55,000 people living here in Co-op City, of which 55% or better are black, it shows you that we really haven't been doing our homework and we're not being responsive to the political system.
What do you feel brings on this apathy as far as the black participation in the electoral area of voting today?
The belief that no matter who you put into the system, they will be corrupted as others have proven to be in the past.
What do you feel is the verbal advertising tool that we should use to turn that around?
Well, you know, there was a politician in Co-op City that once wrote into the paper that she was happy that people voted intelligently for voting against this gentleman McGee and not voting ethnically. And the problem is no one ever questions whether Italians should vote for Giuliani or whether the Irish should vote for the gentleman who's running for Brooklyn, the guy who ran the Howard Beach campaign, I forget his name, or that all the Greeks should vote for the caucus. Everybody always questions what black people should do, and that's ridiculous. If you have a candidate and you choose to support him for what other reason, even if it's just because the gentleman is black, you got to go for it.
And you not only have to go for it, you have to see that his platform meets your expectation as a group of people.
Well, the idea here is that, you know, one of the problems that black politicians have always had is that we have not been responsive and therefore we do not contribute the money.
How do we set the president to change that to make sure that they do follow our wishes in the area of political favoritism, whatever you want to call it?
Well, my belief is that what we have to do is we have to make sure that we get the message out to people, my organization and other black organizations, get the message out to people that if we are responsible for putting politicians into a particular seat or into a particular office, that our monies will make them accountable to us instead of the Democratic parties and who contribute money to them, and they will be, beholden to them. If we give them the money and we give them the power, then they have to respond to us and not to anyone else.
Well, on that note, we'd like to say that we hope that our youth will be taken into consideration so far as spearheading the direction that your organization is working in, and that the future of Co-op City really lies on directions that your organization, people like you, have in mind.
Thank you very much. And we're going to try very hard to give them a Saturday program because as you look around now, and if you're out here in the daytime, kids have virtually very little to do. And we're directly responsible. You know, if you're not part of the, you're part of the problem if you're not part of the cure. So I'm sorry for messing that up there, but I think you understand what I meant.
We definitely understand. I think what we have to do, again, what you just said, is verbally, in a form of advertising, we're going to have to spearhead our point home to a lot of our people, and we're going to have to start working on a more severe basis than what we've been doing. Lately, we've been doing, I would say from my standpoint of view, talking to people and rapping to people, but we haven't been coming out in a force to say that, look, we have to do this and stop talking about doing, but do it. So I'm saying rally our youth around this is something that's very important right now. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. And as Brother Malcolm said, by any means necessary.
Okay. Top hat.
Okay.
Thanks again. Okay. What do you do? And are you visiting with us to celebrate?
Well, Chase Manhattan is a co-sponsor of the 20th anniversary, and I'm representing Chase Manhattan Bank today, the ranch manager on Gun Hill Road, and I was asked to introduce the jazz violinist, Noel Pointer. Yeah. No, they're still setting up. Yeah. Okay.
They're still practicing. Hi, I'm Fran Sanchez. I'm the branch manager here with Amalgamated Bank on Bateau Avenue, and we're also co-sponsoring here the 20th anniversary. I will be introducing Eliza Kashi's event tonight.
And you?
No, I'm just her sister here visiting also and celebrating with Chase Manhattan
Good.
Bank.
So we want to say thank you for supporting us in this 20th anniversary in Co-op City.
It's been our pleasure.
I must say again, maybe our next 21st anniversary we can probably do this again.
Right on. Yeah, we'll be here.
You got it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy it too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Okay. Bye.